In my next video, we're going to dive into making a black and white image. I always start with a color that's edited as about as good as I can get it before I switch to black and white. And I'm going to create a new layer. Go to my keyboard, shortcut, Shift, Control, Alternate E. That's going to create a new layer. All these other ones added up, so now I can just shut these off because I don't need them. And duplicate that. Okay. And I'll start off with my multiply. And just see if there's any improvement on that. A lot of contrast for black and white. And I'm going to start with that. So I'll go ahead, merge visible, and go to Nik collection and then SilverEfex. I'll just pause while that's working. Alright, well, we could just start at the top and check the brightness. Just work our way down. Midtone, highlights. Oh, kind of like it when I go up with the highlights there. It makes the clouds stand out. Midtone. And go down a little bit. Shadows. Yeah, it's personal preference how much shadow you want on that little log cabin there. Dynamic brightness. No, doesn't do a whole lot. I'll just leave that. Contrast. Don't usually use contrast. It doesn't seem to make the photo any better. Amplify whites is good. Make the whites and the clouds stand out even more. Let's try that. Amplify black. That usually, that's pretty good. Structure. Soft contrast, I don't usually use that one. Structure I do. Go all the way over, you can see what it does. It really makes it stand out. So let's go about 20 or 21. And these here I don't usually use too much, but you have that option. I'm going to jump down to the color sliders. And these are the reason you want to start with a color image to begin with. Because now you can change that brightness just on the color. So I'm going to make it dramatic there. There. And the yellow. Not too much with the yellow, the green, probably not. See the green where it is, cyan. I'm going to change the sky a little bit. Now if you go too far, you're going to get this glow along the edge of the top of the mountain. And I kind of want to maybe not do that, try to avoid that glow. So I don't want to overdo it. Same with the blue. There we go. Violet's not going to really do anything. And the only other things I'm going to do here is the toning. I really like this coffee. Now that's a bit much, so I'm going to turn down the strength a little bit. Yeah, just about like that. That's good. Okay. Okay, we'll go back. And you can see the program is creating its own layer. So it copied the color, and now it's going to make a black and white layer. And there we go. We got ourselves a pretty nice black and white image. Since this layer is based on those three, I don't really need it anymore unless I want to add some color to my black and white. Would I move that slider? You can see how it adds color. It's kind of like a really old cinematic movie, Hollywood movie kind of thing. If you're into that, that's one way to do it. I'm going to maybe keep it way up there in the high 90s. There's just a tiny bit of color added there. And I could keep fiddling around. I could, multiply. I could see what that does. It's just going to make a lot of color, but multiply is based on the layers underneath, so we can just go back to normal. And we could just stop right there. That looks good. We could save our TIFF file, and we could also save it as a JPEG, which I usually do. I'm going to alter the name of the file a little bit. I'm going to put a B and a W, stands for black and white. Save it, replace an older one, and there we got it.